Welcome to World Buzz Bulletin. Here is the latest international update, and tonight we begin with the unfolding crisis in Hong Kong, where firefighters are continuing desperate search efforts through the charred remains of the tower. Blocks devastated by one of the deadliest fires the city has seen in years. Authorities now confirm at least 36 people have been killed, and the number of those still unaccounted for has risen sharply, with up to 279 people still missing. Families have spent hours waiting behind police lines, hoping for news as rescue teams move floor by floor through what officials describe as a structurally unstable and dangerously overheated environment. Emergency workers say visibility inside the affected buildings is nearly zero, and the combination of toxic smoke, melted infrastructure, and intense heat pockets has made progress painfully slow. Many residents had been trapped in upper-level units with no safe escape route, and investigators are still piecing together how the fire spread so explosively. While this tragedy continues to unfold, France is moving forward with a major national shift, the reintroduction of a form of military service, 25 years after the original conscription system was phased out. The French government says the new program will focus on national cohesion, youth engagement, and civil preparedness, rather than full military enlistment. But it has already sparked political debate, with some praising it as a unifying step and others warning it could place new pressure on young people already facing economic uncertainty. Over in Venezuela, tensions with the United States have escalated sharply after the government announced a ban on 6 major airlines from operating in the country. Caracas accuses Washington of discriminatory aviation policies, while U.S. officials say the ban is another sign of worsening diplomatic relations. The move has affected thousands of travelers and disrupted key routes across Latin America, adding strain to an already fragile regional transport network. In Australia, the spotlight has turned to the voices of young people themselves after a growing number of teenagers demanded that social media companies, not minors, face restrictions. Australian teens say the platforms should be required to remove harmful and addictive content rather than placing the burden on young users. The debate has become increasingly urgent, with parents, educators, and mental health experts calling for modernized regulations to match the rapidly evolving online landscape. Meanwhile, concerns continue to rise in Hong Kong, where firefighters are still searching for hundreds of residents believed to be trapped or missing. Following the massive tower block blaze, emergency teams say the coming hours will be critical as structural instability worsens with every passing moment. International messages of support have been pouring in, and humanitarian groups have begun preparing assistance for displaced families who lost everything overnight. The emotional toll is immense, and officials warn that the final casualty numbers may climb further as the search continues. And finally, in the UK, a legal battle has erupted over the future availability of best-selling author Sally Rooney's books. A court is hearing arguments over whether her novels could be withdrawn from sale following a dispute involving the Palestine Action and distribution policies. Publishers insist the move would set a worrying precedent, while campaigners argue that companies must adhere to ethical standards. You're watching World Buzz Bulletin. Stay informed, stay aware,